hold on. You mean to tell me that Big J has been sucking training dick and this nigga got the nerve to talk shit about me? Hell nah.
There's a oh man, oh boy, is that Gabe?
Nah.
Gabe, is that you?
Nah, I saw that clip you put about that man, about that man with a wig on. I'm saying this dude had been sitting there lying on me for the past 4 years and just straight up making up shit about me.
Greetings and citations. The links will be in the description box because I'm going to show you what happened. I got nothing to hide. But your boy got something to hide because he's looking for allies to help him out. So your boy been going in on me for a few months when nobody is not talking about him. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to dissect and deconstruct every stupid lie he made about myself and about people on my channel. What I'm not going to do is allow somebody to slander the people on my channel and slander me. Let's talk about it. So let's talk about one thing, right? He got up on Man Tomorrow's comment section and he said, "Oh man, mother, I suggest you be real careful of this punk BIGJXXX because he's a backstabber. The real reason why he's pretending to get along with you is because he needs an alliance to team up against the disaster teacher. But the moment you call him out on something, he'll respond by making up lies about you. Tread lightly." Really? But we're going to play those lies. Wacky word. We're going to play the lies that you've been trying to portray on me, I am verbal, uh, pure butterfly, Arpanaka, and Nipka, aka Series Eyes. What you're not going to do is to get away with those lies, hide behind other people who got nothing to do with your foolishness. But let's also go to another statement you say, right? Big J loves to lie on others, but as soon as you expose him, he'll create more lies to cover up his initial lies. Then play victim. The moment he exposed his ass, ask me how I know. First of all, nobody ain't talking to you. Nobody said a word to you. Let's go to another comment he made. So Big J spent 4 years making up lies on me while smashing alleged trans people. This is right here is where you made your mistake. You made a great mistake coming after me on that bullshit. And let me talk about this too, right? Let's talk about this other statement you said, right? I'm talking to Man Tomorrow. Let's get back to the Man Tomorrow issue. I had to skip a lot of the stuttering that was going on. But anyhow, your bruh, why are you talking about me when nobody talking to you? You talking about social policy and you gonna bring your foolishness over to Man Tomorrow's channel trying to come at me sideways. There's something wrong with you. So this begins the dissecting and deconstructing of the one wacky world of hope. And it begins right.
Right. And that's what the Black manosphere is to me. So when you, Big J, go over there, and other certain men are very few, but there are those who do, and try to say, hey, this is the focus, this is what we should be focusing on, this is the issue. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that because they don't want to get to the root of the problem. They just want to complain and not take any accountability at all for anything they may be doing wrong or have done wrong, or maybe they chose the wrong woman, they were looking for the wrong things. We all do that. As a woman, I have chosen the wrong men before. Why? Because I was looking for the wrong things. Now I can make better choices because I know what to look for now, right?
Right.
That doesn't make all men horrible and bad, because I didn't know and fully understand who I was as a woman and what I needed to be actually looking for. That was trial and error, but I had to learn from those things. If I didn't learn from them and didn't understand that it was fully in my control who I led in my life, then I'd still be in the same place, making bad fucking decisions. What is so hard about that? Why can't men do that?
Well, like I said before, masculinity manifests itself as a pathological fear of your vulnerability. So you can't even admit when you're vulnerable sometimes. You know, it's kind of why we have a problem with homosexuality. It's why we don't go to the doctor enough. It's why we don't open up. We just afraid of ever being vulnerable because that could be used as a weapon against us and whatever, whatever. My thing is, look, if you look at from the big picture, I'll tell you this: women are the frontline soldiers of humanity. We know love through women, we know happiness through women, we know family through women. And men, well, we're supposed to be the frontline soldiers of civilization. So we're structured and we're disciplined, we're stoic, we're structured, we do what we have to do. The problem now is that we're in a late form of civilization where they don't need warriors anymore. They don't need street hustlers who know how to pack heat no more. They need responsible adults who understand their humanity, who understands their vulnerabilities, who understands their weaknesses and who could admit it and prosper and fix the problem. That's what I'm seeing.
Well, the thing is that it's not just men who have a problem with vulnerability. Women do too. No one likes to be. It's not comfortable to be vulnerable. It's not really comfortable for the majority of people. You really have to grow into that, and it takes a lot of self-confidence and
Well, you know,
self-love to be able to be vulnerable with someone and understand that whether they accept it or reject it, it's still going to be okay. You're not going to die because someone can't understand your vulnerability because they can't be vulnerable, right? So what I see in these spaces is a lot of lack, an extreme lack of self-love, self-actualization, realization, and accountability for the fact that we are in control of our own lives, our destinies, the choices we make, and who we let into our lives and reject out of our lives. We are in control of that. And people are giving up their control to other people. Everything that happens to you is outside of you. No, many things that happen to you are a series of choices that you made along the way. That does not take accountability from people who hurt you or do wrong things. However, your series of choices and the way that you think have led you to certain actions and then certain behaviors and then certain choices, right? So why can't we all just accept that?
right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, my thing,
Yeah.
let,
I,
let me say, okay,
yeah.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. I just want to make a small distinction. Like someone said that there's a difference between vulnerability and weakness. And I think a lot of things that we're seeing is weakness because vulnerability is not something to be judged, but weakness is when you're doing all those stupid things, all those self-destructive things that you know are against your nature, you know? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And
One of the things
before
that
let me say something.
BGS.
Hold on, let me say something. Well, first and foremost, Jersey Ham in the chat made a very good statement. That's absolutely true. But you know, but on the
Go
other
ahead.
hand, another point is that one of the things that people forget about these quote unquote red pill spaces is that it was never supposed to be a quote unquote dating or relationship space. The red pill spaces was supposed to be about confronting the ills of the system that we live under. So it was all about confronting the system. And how these red pill spaces or the black manosphere originally started off is speaking about black relationships as like a result of a corrupt system, and what you see within black relationships is just a result of a corrupt system. But we spoke about other aspects of the system that we live in that negatively impact black people, and I don't see people discussing that enough in today's manosphere space. How it's the system that black people are living under and forced to live under for Lord knows how many years, that has put so-called black people in this position, that have conditioned and socialized black people to go against each other and view each other in such a negative light. And let's find solutions on how we could reverse that. But the thing is that right now you're not seeing that. You're just seeing, this shit where you have an infiltration of so-called incels coming onto these spaces and just venting, speak about their sexual frustrations. And on the flip side, you have black male hating females. They're venting, talking about how they hate black males. They're dusty, they ain't shit. And that's not what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be about confronting the corruption of the system that we're living in. And I don't.
Okay,
And
but no one's going to do that. Like, let's face it, at this point in 2022, we understand that, and this is not on black women, this is on black men, because black men are men, you're men. And when black men talk about quote unquote black women haters, and I'm not saying black men haters, and I'm not saying there aren't a few out there, but really what I hear in this space from black women who have a critique is more of, there's an expectation that you do better. And to hear black men cower down and blame everything outside of themselves for if they have agency, they truly have agency to change, is disappointing. And that is a weakness. Someone said in the chat, showing vulnerability is a weakness. No, that's not a weakness. It's only a weakness if you view it that way. And the people who you're around don't show their own vulnerability, so they also view it as a weakness. And still we're looking outside of ourselves. What can we do? Because we're living in 2022 now, right? We cannot continue to rest on the laurels of slavery and on the system and the white man, because there is literally nothing that you can name me that you can't do in 2022 to better yourself, if it is what your drive is to do so.
But we do live underneath a corrupt system, and although there are solutions that we could do to solve it and counter it, I agree with that. But let's not sit there and act like that we're not living underneath a corrupt system.
All right, but we've been complaining.
Black people, of course, but we could address the issues
How?
and put our minds together and solve these. Hold on, verbal. That's what I'm saying. We can do that, but also when. Well, we could do that.
Yeah, when is it going to happen? Because see, the thing is I've been hearing this system. Well, we've been hearing this system thing, and I think that there has to be a point. We understand the system we're living under, right? We've been living under it for hundreds of years. Everybody lives under this system, and they still find a way to succeed as a people. How do the other people who are oppressed succeed?
Did not just agree with that point?
Well, this is what, okay, so here's my question. How do other people, because black people are not the only ones who are living under a white supremacist oppressive system, right? Which is not as oppressive as it used to be. How do those people get through that system and still succeed as a community? So maybe we should stop focusing on something that we clearly aren't willing to get out there and actually change, and focus on, let's look at the model of the other minorities or groups of people all across the world, because it's not only in America, and see what do they do as a community together
I don't.
with their families, with the men and the women? What do they do to overcome this so-called oppressive system that's holding Black men back?
That just go into my point when I stated previously that this space was originally meant to address that and find solutions to solve these issues. That's my whole point that I was trying to say. And what I'm saying is that we got off track from that. And you
Can I
made a point
interject?
earlier, Verbal. Hold on for a minute, Pure. Verbal, you made an earlier point when you stated that you responded to me saying that, well, it's on the men when it comes to addressing certain things in the system, although I agree with that. But it's also on Black females too, because Black females have been socially engineered a certain way, and it's on them to break away from this social engineering. So it's not only on so-called
I'm
Black
so
males,
confused.
but it's
First of all,
but it's also on so-called Black females too when it
you mean
comes to
Black women?
de-socializing these Black
Black
females. I so-called Black
women?
females. I say females,
Why do you use that term, females?
because I can.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
So
but it's also on
I'm a
Black females,
woman.
sister.
I'm a woman, and I think that
Okay.
it's more respectful to just say women because we're talking about human beings. There are all
I
types of
choose to use
females, right?
females. I choose to use
Yeah, and
females.
it's very dismissive,
You,
and it takes away the
I don't care.
humanity. It
You
takes
could be as loud as you
and that is
want.
the problem.
I'm going to
That
use
is the problem.
females.
You don't care exactly. So when women, Black women that you call
Mhm.
quote unquote man haters, push their rhetoric, remember that when I said to you that to say females, which is just a simple thing that you could change so we can have a respectful dialogue, you told me you don't care. So now this is what I'm saying in conversation with Black
No,
men.
because you're not
You
going to
can't.
dictate
Why
what
is that a
words I
problem though?
use.
But why does that have to be why does that have to be an argument?
You made it an argument. I just
No, I
said I'm
asked a
going to no.
question.
I
No,
just
I
said I'm
asked a
going to stick
question.
to
Can I
using the
interject
word
real
female.
quick? I want to
I
put one
asked
little
a
That's what
thought
you meant.
question,
process
and
out here.
I am a woman. I'm not a dog. A
So
dog
while
can
we're
be a
sitting here,
female.
Well, I'll call you female. You say
so
you're a woman, I'll call you a female.
Don't call me anything at all then. Okay?
so Wacky, you were talking about all this dysfunctional stuff, but do you know that BGS actually said that they're all waiting for shit to hit the fan and the whole system to downgrade to nothing so that they can force women to come to them for resources. And my statement
Yeah.
to
And
him
that's the
was,
expression.
hold on, and my statement to him was, do you think that if the system completely collapsed like you want it to do you think you still have a job and resources after that? You won't have them either.
That's a great point,
That's a
Pure.
very
Well,
dysfunctional statement for him to make and wish upon, for women to have to
well,
force them to come to them
Yeah, and
for
I disagree with
resources.
that. I mean,
Okay,
Pure, that's a great
that's
point. And
dysfunctional.
I
talking
disagree
about
with his statement. When he constantly make that statement, I totally disagree with that statement. So, Pure, that's a good point. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
that's they're waiting for civilization to collapse so that they could feel like men again as a frontline soldiers of all the chaos and stuff. And it's a fantasy. You know what a cargo cult is?
Yes. No. Enlighten me.
Yeah.
Enlighten us.
Okay. Okay. Like let's just say back in the Pacific in the 1940s, there used to be a tribe of people who the United States used to send cargo to in the planes, and the planes would keep coming, and the tribes people don't know how those planes got there. So when the military left the Pacific, they wanted the planes to come back. So what they did was they built a statue they built a palm tree statue of the plane, and they started worshiping it. And that's what these brothers are doing to masculinity. They're worshiping it as some bygone god that has abandoned them, instead of looking towards the future to try and see if we could add humanity to the masculine formula so that we could be compassionate fathers, productive life partners, etc., etc. So BGS Edmore is running a cargo cult of old masculinity. And
It's like what I told. No, go ahead, Black Prince. I'm
no,
sorry.
no,
Go
no.
ahead.
That's it.
It's like
That's what.
it's like what I told BGS, and I told this to Obsidian. Say, listen, look, look, the world changed after 1945. Them old ideas are gone. Colonialism is fading away. Discrimination is, well, even though it still exists in some, I mean, government discrimination, rather, discrimination by law is fading away. All these other old isms are fading away, since 1945, when they dropped 2 atomic bombs on Japan. That was a sign, that was a signal that the world is no longer going to go back previously. The old world is gone. So it's like when Moses parted the Red Sea. I mean, the world changed. I mean, the world changed. You can't go back. You already crossed the Rubicon of history. So all the old ideas that okay, the system shuts down tomorrow. Black women, or women in general, will give up the sex for a boiled egg. I'm sorry, women are already educated. Women already have the education, their means, the know-how. So they're not going to go back to those old school days when women were taught to just the basics, and that's it.
Yeah, it's what I call a dystopian utopia for men. Right. And it's not just Black men who have this idea, this longing for a world they actually never lived in. But it's all types of men who have misogynistic undertones or overtones. Right.
Hey, you're right. Hey, have you ever watched that movie Geostorm? You ever watched that movie Geostorm?
I was just watching it just now.
Is it
Actually,
a show
No,
or a movie?
a movie. Listen. Now, Pure Butterfly. Watch the end. Go back and watch the end. Why did the man try to destroy the world with using the weather device? What did he say?
I can't remember because I can't remember because I didn't finish watching it.
Right.
I've watched it twice.
Okay. His purpose was to change back the clock before 1945. He even the character, the villain in the movie, said that because racism, white supremacy. The movie, if you watch the movie, because the president of the movie was Hispanic.
Mm-hmm.
The villain was a white dude. He was using the weather machine because he saw the Saudis, the Arabs grabbing getting rich off the oil. It was no longer the America getting rich off the oil. The British, they want to return back to the empire. One of the villains, he was trying to use the weather machine to knock China out, so China won't be as powerful, so that the British Empire would return, so that America will return to its prominence. So all Western Europe
Sounds a lot like the Republican Party trying to control Black men to make Black men get on YouTube and do this kind of stuff that they're doing.
Can I defend the Republican Party? Can I defend the Republican Party?
The Republican Party's making Black men do that.
The Republican.
Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
The fact is, all right, it's something I wanted to address with these with the college educated types on YouTube, that they always talking about, maybe was it the Manosphere Exposed, whatever. He's always saying, oh yeah, well, they're right wing. How about this? Y'all identify, and when I say y'all, I mean like the college educated Black woman and the and her allies in the LGBT community. Y'all identify as feminists. Is it possible that Black men and men in general identify as masculinists, and we need we offer up masculine solutions to the problems? Like, perfect example was Donald Trump's wall. Yeah, it's expensive. Yeah, it's problematic. Yeah, it would cost a lot of money and whatnot, but it was a masculine plan to solve a problem. And what we think is that, what I think in particular is that feminist solutions are more prone to talk about it and draw it out and talk about the feelings and talk about the systematic inequalities and talk about all this oppression and stuff, and nothing gets done.
Can I say something though? Yeah. Can I say? Let me interject real quick.
Go ahead.
Because I just want to say, Berg shot it down. Okay, so I just wanted to make that point. The feminists have gotten done.
I just want to say that we've been under a
What have
whole
they
lot of
guys done?
masculinity.
They done chase stations out of Mexico.
Hold on.
I
We've
mean,
been under
go ahead, though.
all types of masculinity or masculine structures when it comes to government for at least 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 years, and I don't see anything that has been productive for anybody so
Well,
far. So what do you got?
no. The thing about the masculine solution part is like it's capitalism, it's private sector, and I could understand why there's a schism between black men and black women in that regards because um, sisters are predominantly hired by the state, and a lot of brothers are more used to the private sector. So Donald Trump was a private sector boss. Joe Biden is hooking up the public sector. We have a real problem with this schism because that's where y'all get your money, and we're basically trying to cut each other off politically. So I don't know what the solution is, but I don't think there's a problem with men who identify as conservative, Republican, traditionalists, and all that. It's not nefarious. It's not evil. It's not race trading. It's just a schism between the genders that we get our money one way and y'all might get your money the other way. Like, make no mistake about it.
Really? Okay.
Can I say something? Hold on. Can I
No,
say
but
something?
those are for entrepreneurs. Like,
So Big J.
So
Yeah.
what do you mean?
So hold on, Big J. I'm sorry, Big J. Can I say something real quick in response to what Peel said? Because Peel said that we've been living in a masculine in a masculine society for thousands of years, and she doesn't see any improvement. But Peel, understand this: it's this masculine run society that gave you the rights that you have today. So
No.
that's an improvement.
It didn't give us shit. We fought for the rights we have today.
But
you're incorrect.
Hold on.
You're incorrect.
Actually, Peel, I am correct because Peel.
You're incorrect.
No, I am correct.
No,
I
you're
am
incorrect.
correct. No, I am correct. We can go back and forth all day. Hold on, I am correct. And let me continue because who make up the majority of the lawmakers that agreed to draft laws that gave you females more rights? This masculine run government. Thank you.
Gave women more rights. I think for you. So those
females
would have women. None of that would have happened unless there was a feminist movement, unless there were pioneer women who fought at the highest levels of government in order to get these. And see, this is no different than a man going in and fight. Everybody has to do that. Everybody goes in, male or female, and they fight for these certain rights and to get out from under certain oppressions and laws that are unfair, right? So let's not like these men didn't think, and there was pushback towards that movement. That movement is well entrenched now. We have what we have, and men are still crying.
And the thing, okay, but sorry, go ahead, finish. I'm sorry, go ahead.
So men are still crying. So are you crying about feminism?
Oppression and all that removes positive aspects of
black privilege, man.
You're black privilege. You are breaking.
Am I?
Can you stop cussing at me?
Or did y'all hear what I said?
No.
I'm saying that there's the feminist movement undermines and it's uncharitable to the contributions that men have made to society. Did y'all hear that much?
How so?
Because the general because
let me tell you something. Is that
because
hold on.
Oh Lord have mercy.
But
this is becoming a shit show.
Hold on. I have to check black privilege on this. Okay, black privilege. Hold on. Who told Abraham Lincoln to draft the Emancipation Proclamation?
We're gonna be all day if it's gonna be a history lesson.
No. Hold on.
I'm not going to guess. I don't know. I tell the answers.
Okay. William Stewart, who was Secretary of State under Abraham Lincoln, right? So wait a minute. Now, who told him when he was governor and senator of New York? Because he was the governor of your home state, Wacky World. When he was governor in New York, he did what?
I'm in New York too.
He was part of the Underground Railroad. His house was part of the Underground in what was that city? It was Albany, New York. You know, his house was part of Underground Railroad. Guess who convinced William Stewart, baby, you need to be a part of this. Oh, that was his wife. And she was part of the suffragist movement. She was a feminist at during her time. She convinced her husband, William Stewart, when he became Secretary of State in 1862, to tell Abraham Lincoln, man, you might as well just put the
that's not contradictory to what I was saying. That's not contradictory to what I'm saying.
No, we're not going to talk about feminism not benefiting men, because there was a man who Ruth Bader Ginsburg took all the way to the Supreme Court in order. Now, this man had a wife and a son. His wife died. He wanted to stay home and be able to take care of his son and get benefits, Social Security benefits, or some type of, benefit that was given for women at the time and not for men, so that he could stay home and continue to give his son the attention he felt that his son needed. That was not for men. He went to her, and she took that to the Supreme Court, and now men can now get the same benefits as a woman, as far as Social Security, survivors benefits, and all of that, so that they too can take care of their children.
I understand that.
They're women. So let's
not only that.
But back to my point. Hold on, back to my point, because my point was the two females on the panel, they responded to my point by saying, well, the feminists. Hold on for a minute. Can you stop interrupting? Okay, they responded. Can you stop it? Yo, Big J, can you tell her to stop interrupting?
Stop being disrespectful, though.
Big J, can you tell her to stop interrupting? Because I'm not being disrespectful by using the term females.
Let's not turn this into an argument. Let them talk.
Just interrupt me, man. Hold on, Big J. You being the host of the panel, you just gonna let her just interrupt me like that?
I'm just saying women. Well, why does that bother you? Why does that word bother you?
No, it bothers me when you interrupt me.
I have the agency to say I would like.
All right. So you know what? I'm out. All right, peace.
Wait, stop. Don't hold on. Oh, God damn it.
Okay.
I just want to make a point about the feminist movement, because a lot of these men, are blue collar workers and what have you.
What's going on, Series Eyes?
Hey, Big J. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I just have to cook our opponent.
I just clicked on the live and I just hear you going in talking about art, serious, and verbal. It's like, what the heck happened?
No, I mean the guy though that sent me all them emails about you. He's on a fucking tear again. Wacky. He's on a fucking tear again. On Grandmaster Troll's channel. That'll bitch man, that bitch man shit he be doing.
Still feeling some type of way?
He's still in his feelings. He still is in his feelings.
Oh.
And now what he's trying to do, he's trying to create a certain narrative as if I'm conflating what happened to you and what happened to Verbal, when it's actually the same thing that happened.
Yeah, it's a very similar situation.
The thing is, you was a woman that disagreed with him. Iron Verbal was a woman that disagreed with him. He's blaming me. He's blaming your husband for what you and Iron Verbal did.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, he has a right to feel disrespected, obviously, if that's how he feels. But the adult thing to do is actually talk to the people involved and figure out if there was actually any intent of disrespect or what's the miscommunication. But that never happened.
It never happened. And then about with that email he sent to me, and which I forward to you, because I don't give a flying fuck no more. Fuck all this, calling you all sorts of bitches and shit, and going and try to get me to team up with him against you and shit.
It's really interesting that you bring up the email, because I don't know if you've seen the comments he left on one of Art's latest videos, where he said that he accused you of trying to get allies for your cause against him. I don't know what exact words he used, but that's basically what he was saying. Is you try to stick Art and me after him. But that's what he did.
Based on what he did. That's the thing.
Okay, let me ask you this question. Did you hear from either me or Art that there was some kind of a disagreement between us?
No.
Right.
No. I was on. The thing is, serious. I was unaware. I was very unaware of what was going on because I didn't watch the live stream. I didn't even watch the live stream that he was on when he was talking to you and Art. I didn't know what was going on until he sent me 3, 4, 5 emails talking about, yeah, Big J, that bitch from Poland and that Haitian motherfucker. I'm like, dude, what does this have to do with me? I'm like, yeah, man, I want you to go live and address for what?
Well, the part that I thought was funny was when he said, "Let me know when you're gonna post your video about it, and then I'll post mine." That's him asking you to get involved in a situation that had nothing to do with you.
Had nothing to do with me. Had nothing to do with me. And guess what he's doing? I went to his damn I've been noticing ever since that bullshit went down on his channel, on my channel, by I Am Verbal. And he went to Auntie's channel. He went on Auntie's channel. People he don't even like. He don't even like Auntie. Here's the thing. He already know do I have an issue with Auntie, right? He went on Auntie's channel. And actually every time, man, you open up a YouTube, the YouTube homepage, you scroll down, you see who's making a community post. He's actually saying, support this channel. Go to Auntie's channel, support his channel. Go to Roland's channel. Go to Roland's channel and support Roland's channel. Knowing the fact Roland was the one that got on Auntie's channel, pulled a knife on my ass. Every person that had a problem with me, he tried to sit there and say, he go in his goddamn community tab talking about, support this person, to support that person. Dude, you're looking for allies.
It's kind of strange that he's trying to garner allies against other people. I think that's wrong. Yeah. There's a reason why neither Art nor I went to you when this whole situation happened, because we knew you were friends with him, and we didn't want to get in the middle of a friendship because it wasn't our place to actually make you choose.
Right, and the thing was, I didn't even know you and Wacky had a problem. I didn't know about that until he was begging me. Or not begging me, he was asking me what I thought about it, and then and after I told him what I thought about it, because he sent me the link, he said, "Watch the last 2 hours of this live." I watched the last 2 hours live. I said, I don't see a problem. What is the issue? I mean,
I still don't know what
you actually disagree with him on religion, and I'm like, I mean, I'm scratching my head like, where is the disrespect at? Huh?
It was so weird. We disagreed on the definition of religion and the etymology of the word. It was so weird.
I'm scratching my head like, where is the, because when he sent me the email, I said, did the series eyes, did the series eyes call him a name? Was she being rude? Was she yelling, screaming at him? I'm actually looking at the video, the live stream.
Yeah,
and try to look at any incidents of any flare-ups. It was none. So I'm sitting there scratching my head, man. Well, why you send me this shit?
Yeah, and then when our the live isn't available anymore. But when it was there, he left a comment right after, and Art was trying to explain to him, listen, maybe you did take something as an insult, but nothing that she said was intended as an insult, right?
Yeah, in my
She did not disrespect you in any way. There was no, malice behind the words or anything, and he just kept he got angry. He's like, I know what she intended. You don't know. I know. Don't tell me what I think it was to happen. And it's just like, I think Art knows me. He knows when I intend to, he knows how my mannerisms. He knows that when I intend to disrespect someone. I'm Polish. I don't know if anyone knows this, but Polish people are extremely blunt. If we don't like something or someone, we're not shy about it. So if if I intended to disrespect him, he would have known. I would have known, and I wouldn't apologize for it because I would have said, yeah, I did. But it was just, I don't know, it was weird because it was literally a disagreement about the definition of a word and where it came from.
And I'm just shaking my head when he sent me the link. I'm like, what is the problem? I'm sure I'm just dumbfounded. Like, okay, okay, y'all disagree. So what? So what? Y'all disagree. Where is the problem? And then try ask me to do a live stream so he can jump on my live stream to come after you and come after Art.
Yeah, I think
later on in the email, he told me that. I'm like, come on, man, really? Yeah,
I don't agree with that. With that kind of behavior, I think I don't believe in trying to get allies to join my cause, especially when it comes to disagreeing with other people. I don't know. I think maybe he was just upset that I think, okay, this is my interpretation because we never cleared it up, right? Mm. There was never a discussion between us to clear the air or figure out what actually happened. But I think maybe he thought that I was asking leading questions to lead the debate somewhere, and it's possible I was. That's kind of what happens in a debate, right? It's kind of what people do. So he got angry at me for doing what people do. And it is very similar to what happened with Verbal, because Verbal, during the whole discussion we had with Wacky on Art's live stream, it was about using different words to describe things, because he likes to talk about submission, right? I believe in traditional gender roles, but I don't like using the word submission. I prefer to use the word to be a not subjugate, but subordinate, right? It means the same thing, but there is no stigma attached to it. And he had a big issue with that, right? He just wanted to continue to use the word submission. And then we went into religion, and he didn't want to use the word religion to describe his belief, because to him, he's more spiritual. He's not religious, because religion means to bind, like to bind hands. And that's where I went and said, well, no, because to bind has multiple definitions. You bind a book, right? That's how books are made. They are bound. And a lot of religions follow specific books. That's why, he got into the whole thing. And it was all about definition, which is the same exact thing that happened with Verbal. Yes, female applies to women, but she asked him nicely to not use that term, because she believes that he's using it in a derogatory way.
And here's the thing, though. He's in New York, right? Mm-hmm. Some of us in the South, we don't use those terms female, because that term female means bitch. If he actually traveled to the South, and when I said the South, I ain't talking no fucking big ass city. I'm talking about if you round in suburban areas or rural areas, that word female has a negative connotation down here in the South. You don't use that word female in the way though he was using it. That's why I'm saying I don't. That's why I kind of agree with Verbal. Listen, people ain't down with it.
I think. Listen, in the beginning, he could have meant it as I'm just describing women. But once she said, I would appreciate you, since we're in a discussion together, don't use the word female because I'm going to take it as an insult, and he continues to use it, then it becomes disrespect.
And then
At that moment, it becomes disrespectful, right? I mean, if we follow his perspective, his own argument.
Right. And then I was watching the chat room when this happened, right? Because the thing was, I left, right? I left, took care of some shit. That's when like the shit blew up, right?
Was streamed, so yeah.
Yeah, because at the beginning of the live stream, I said I'm going to be in and out because I got to take care of some personal business, because I was taking care of some personal business because I just got out the hospital. Niggas don't even know that I was in the hospital. But anyway, fuck them. They don't need to know that shit. So I left to take care of take care of something. So when I was take care of something that needs to be done with, I knew Wacky left and said as soon as I came back, as soon as I went back to the computer, I saw the whole between him and Verbal, and Wacky said, "Oh, I'm out of here." And then all of a sudden, he said, "Fuck this, I'm out."
Yeah.
Right. And unless see, yes, dudes be like men and females.
Yeah.
Men and females. That don't go together. Yeah, that's where the disrespect is at. You refer to yourself as a man, but yet you refer to a woman as a female. There is a problem.
He needs to acknowledge that he disrespected other people. Because like I said, after she asked him, and she asked him nicely to stop using female, and she even explained to him why she would appreciate it if she didn't use it. Okay. And there was a logical explanation, and he continued to use it intentionally.
Right.
Then at that point, he intentionally meant to disrespect her.
Mm-hmm. And now though he's all over YouTube calling Verbal all sorts of bitches. Well, I'm like, dude, this should tell you something. And then when Pure tried to talk to him on his channel, he sit there and it was disrespecting her on his channel. That's when I said, you know what, this nigga is no longer a fucking friend. He's an enemy now.
So what is his issue?
Too damn far. You went too damn far with that shit. Because Pure had nothing. Pure was even though Pure was on the fucking panel, she got nothing to do with the shit. She was being quiet and sitting in the corner. He was the one. He and Verbal was the one getting into it. He wouldn't blame her just because I said something on the other platform, on the other panel. Pure is a co-host. So he gonna try to inflate those two issues as if though Pure supposed to have the fucking power to stop Verbal. No, hold your nut.
But that doesn't even make sense. If disrespect is if someone disrespecting another person on someone's panel requires that person to be removed, then Wacky should have been removed first because he was disrespecting intentionally Verbal Assassin.
I'm saying, like, okay, the day after that shit happened, right? I went back on that live stream, right? And I'm looking at the chat. Then I see who was in the chat room when that shit occurred. He's only responding because two other dudes was in the chat room. That's when though he started to act up, because two other people was in the chat room who do have a problem with Verbal. He was only trying to get them to show his man, trying to prove his manhood to those men who was in my chat room that same night. The same instance when he, huh?
I think that's a little childish.
Yeah. I'm getting tired of you dudes on YouTube trying to prove your manhood to somebody you don't even know. I'm tired of that shit. Y'all trying to prove your manhood to Kevin Samuels. Y'all trying to prove your manhood to Tommy Sotomayor. Hell, you white dudes. Y'all trying to prove this is to some of you white dudes out here. Y'all trying to prove y'all's manhood to Hammerhand.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear nobody talk about Big J. You don't want to talk about black men. You white dudes too, because I see y'all attacking me trying to prove something to Hammerhand.
Manosphere is just as messy as the black manosphere.
Yeah. So I don't want to hear nothing about Big J hates black men. I see you over there on Hammerhand's channel.
Sometimes it feels like they're trying to outperform each other to see who can be more extreme in their views.
Yeah. That's exactly what they're doing. Oh man, I want to be the top dog. I want to be the top dog. I want to stand next to Kevin. Oh, I want to stand next to O'Shea. I want to stand next to Anthony Johnson. Oh, I want to stand next to Rolly Tomasi. I want to stand next to Hammerhand. Oh, I want to stand next to O'Shea Duke. No, I already mentioned O'Shea. Obsidian, Angerman, Alan Roger Curry. Y'all want to stand next to
I want to know. You know what I want to know? I want to know how many of these guys apply all their talking points that they keep talking day in, day out about. How many of them actually apply that into their real life, and how successful they actually are with it?
All right. I'm gonna say something too. What I said to Carolina on my comment on my community tab, that pissed him off. What is there for me to forgive you about? I want to know. Why should I forgive them when they don't have a moral compass? Shit, hold your goddamn nuts. Nah, and since we on this hold your nut shit, let me address ABC from a TRS. No, you know what? Fuck that. I ain't gonna address ABC. Fuck me. Fuck ABC. What's going on, y'all?
Hey, Big J, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing okay.
Yo.
Yeah, listen, hey, old man Gordito, how you doing?
Yo, what up?
I'm so confused. So I just now tuned in, so I'm not sure exactly who you're talking about, but I will say when I commented on your post, I think it was yesterday. I'm just a little, well, not a little. I'm very much so shocked and surprised and kind of in awe that this person is still mad about something that happened, what, a month ago? I'm just so confused. I'm so confused. And these is y'all's kangs? These is y'all kangs. Like, it's so petty. It's so petty. It's unbelievable. And he is literally running around here fucking butthurt and won't let it go. I'll say this. Just don't ever hit a panel with me, because now that I know that just me speaking as a human being, as a woman, asking you to have the conversation in a way that I can hear you, because when you're saying things in a derogatory manner, I understand that. I understand what you're doing. I'm not stupid. I'm very far from stupid. That's a problem. It shows me exactly what kind of person you actually are. And it's like, dude, like, seriously, if you don't have anything else to do in your life but to get on YouTube and whine and complain because, oh, what was I? Oh, let me get it exactly right. I was that bitch that interrupted me. Nigga, who the fuck are you? You ain't no motherfucking body. You ain't no motherfucking body. And I tell you what, this is a promise from the verbal assassin tonight. February 15th. What time is it? It's about
Almost 9 o'clock. Well, 9 o'clock my
well,
time.
6:41 where I'm at, and I'm gonna let you know what 8:41 Big J's time, 6:41 my time. If you ever hit a motherfucking link because you cry so much, I'm gonna continue to make you cry. You gonna do 30 fucking streams the next time because now I see you and I understand I own you and I own your emotions. And when you show me, when a man shows me I own his emotions, oh, it's dinner time, baby. It's dinner time. I'm gonna really give you something to cry about now, you motherfucking weak ass nigga. I'm gonna really give you something to cry about now.
I don't think he was trying to be. I don't think he was trying to be derogatory though. When he was
bullshit.
Excuse you.
I said I don't think because it's not the first time he's said that on Big J's panels. So I don't know why Big J thought he was trying to be derogatory.
He did that to Art. Don, why you think Series Eyes was on my channel earlier?
This leads me to another issue. This leads me to another thing here, right? Why is it every time when people need to be addressed, Don Gordito always got to make excuses for the people on the other side, the Negroes on the down the street? That's why I don't mess with his ass either.
Why do you think Series Eyes was on there? He did it to her. He did the same shit to Series Eyes when he did the verbal. A woman disagrees with him. He goes unglued. Blame. No, so I'm a problem. Art Banaka's a problem. Pure Butterfly's a problem now because a verbal assassin and Series Eyes disagree with him. It's a problem for him.
No. I was talking about when he said female. I wasn't talking about the argument that they
had. So here's the thing. Let me explain something to you. So if you look in the dictionary, as far as the word female, right? It's an adjective. But there's and it's an adjective for all types of living things. Okay. In Spanish, because I speak Spanish. So you put a masculine and a feminine on words, right? So that's not a problem. The use of the word itself is not the problem. There is another definition or in the dictionary, and it tells you that it is used and can be used in a derogatory manner. So we're talking about linguistics, we're talking about culture, we're talking about semantics, we're talking about the way a word is used. And to my ears now, I am a woman and I am sensitive to the way that things are used, right? Words are used. English was my major. That is my shit. Language is my shit. Okay. I can hear the difference. So what has happened since that one program that we did where he fucking lost his shit? I've been in certain chats and here and there, certain men have been like, female, like they're not saying anything else. They're just like, female, as if I'm a psychopath and I'm going to pop off just because you use the word. It's not the word, it's the connotation and the way you're using the word. And if you mean no harm, and I say to you, hey, you know what? Can you just call me a woman? Because that's literally what I am. Like, I am a female human being, but my identity is a woman, not a female human being, a woman. And if I'm trying to have a conversation with someone and I say respectfully, because I did, all right? So fuck the bullshit, because y'all know how I get down on this bitch. I really don't give a fuck when my buttons are pushed. I tried. And when I said that, he told me he didn't give a fuck about what I thought. So now we there. If you don't give a fuck about what I'm feeling, about what you're saying to me, how you're referring to me, then we're there. I mean, that's just what it is. Okay. But there are plenty of things that I'm sure you wouldn't want to be called, that you wouldn't like. But it's okay for men not to like shit, and everybody's supposed to bow down to that. But a woman, because y'all see me as inferior to you, I don't know why, it's retarded, but you do. I'm not supposed to be able to speak up and say, hey, you know what, that kind of offends me. The way you're using that word, I know it's derogatory, I can hear it, and it offends me. And I'm not supposed to be able to say that? Like, really?
So how was it?
You didn't listen to anything that I said.
I did.
No,
I
you
did.
didn't. No, you didn't. No, no.
I'm just trying to give you a
I'm
rebuttal.
going to tell you why you did not listen to anything I said.
I actually did.
Because I could tell. No, because I could tell while I was talking, you were just waiting for your chance to speak. That's what you're doing. And as soon as I finished, instead of unpacking what it was I just said, you want to go in to rebut because you don't give a fuck about what I said. Why? Because I'm a woman. I know. I get it. I know how y'all get down on this bitch.
Okay. So can I talk now?
I mean,
Go. Go ahead, Don. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, all I was saying was.
I'll put the link in the description box. I'm gonna put the link in the description box right here. All right, the link is in the description box because I gotta go in. I gotta go in on this. This is comical. And no, I want nobody. I want everybody to see if I'm lying. All right, what's going on, Art? So what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna show it. I'm gonna give y'all the links in the chat room. So here is Wacky World's insult to me on his community tab. I put this right here. This is Wacky World's Wacky Tobacco's insult to me. Right? This right here. Right here, yeah, right here. Go click on that and see that insult for yourself. Then what I want y'all to do, because he used the same website. So then what I want y'all to do me a favor, if y'all have time, or after this live stream, because I'm cooking. So why don't y'all go? Here is the website on the grammar. No, let me use this right here. On the grammar. You see this right here? Hold on. Do you see this right here, Wacky? Wacky, do you see this right here? Same website you were using. I went to the grammar part. This tells me you don't use your dictionary right. You don't use your dictionary right, Wacky World. And a sure saint, you don't even use your word right. And truism, I'm talking to you too. Y'all don't know how to use words. Right. She said it was intended as a diss because verbal asking politely. Right. It was intended as a disc because verbal asking politely not to refer to her as female. He continued to do it. At that point, it became the insult. See, Wacky tried. I'm glad you said that, Series Eyes. I'm glad you say that. See, that was the whole point. He said, I ain't made no insults. I ain't insulted anybody. Yes, you did. Oh, okay. You said, I'm just catching up on the stream. All right. So, Series Eyes. Now, I don't want to hear nobody say I'm simping. I don't want nobody say I'm simping for Series Eyes because her husband is right here. Her husband's right here. This is the husband. This is the wife. So I don't want nobody say, Big J, you are simping. I don't want nobody said I'm trying to get up in some woman's drawers. I don't want this. No. The thing is, what y'all need to do is read a book every now and then. I don't care. No, if he want me, no, fuck him. All right. Nope. That's not happening. That's not happening at all. I'm gonna address what I'm talking about, and I'm gonna be focused on what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna wait for Art to get on the panel. So I don't want nobody to say that I'm sipping for Series Eyes when her husband is right here. So Wacky World of Old. Wacky World of Old. Don't you ever come sideways. But I'll wait for Art to show up. I'll wait for Art to show up. You know what? I'll be right back. Let me put myself on mute. I gotta pay a water bill or two. Be right back in about 2-3 minutes. Yes, you can. Oh, hold on. I see your husband coming on here. Well, what's going on?
What up? Can you hear me?
Yeah. You kind of loud, but it must be my this new headset I got. But go ahead.
Well, that's good then. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, I was driving and everything. I was like somewhat going through stuff, and then my girl sent me a text saying that you're cooking. So I'm like, all right, let's see what Big J is saying.
Yeah.
So here I am, man. What's going? So everything good?
Oh yeah. I'm getting my revenge for the last 48 hours of this year. Yeah, I'm gonna cook, and then I'm going to block everybody and move unsub and block as many people as can and move forward. I'm cooking. I'm roasting for the next 48 hours of this year. And no, if Don wants to talk, I'm not going. Let me tell you something, Kevin. Reg makes money over there. Reg needs me to make him money over there. I'm not gonna make Reg make a dime off of me. And so if Don wants to talk to me, Don can come over here if he wants. I'm not gonna end this live stream to go to a channel where I'm disrespected at. So I don't want to hear it, you know. But anyway, where was I at? Oh yeah. Now I want you to notice something.
All right.
Now you see what he wrote, right? You see what Wacky wrote, right?
Yeah, I'm reading it right now.
Now, what was the website?
It's Merriam-Webster.
Right. Now, I'm gonna put this in. I'm gonna put the link of what was in the website of the usages, the correct usage of the term female, woman, and lady. Now, he tried to check me on his website. I went to exactly the same website and dug deeper.
Anybody can link. Anybody can hit that link what I just put up and go over there and see for yourself.
Hey, you guys.
Hey, what's going on, Series Eyes? You know what? I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop sharing this. I'm gonna stop sharing because of the internet thing. But yeah. Now, do y'all see how stupid that was?
Here's the funny thing, right? Yep. All right, hold on a second, babe. Here's the funny thing, right? It's like word change all the time, and sometimes, like, okay, for example, even the word retard that he used, right? That word at some point wasn't offensive, but as people continue to use it as an offensive term, then more and more people was, become to like distance themselves from that word until the word retard became an insult. Right now, even nowadays, when you call someone mentally challenged, that also starting to verge onto like being disrespectful. So it's like every time language evolve. And the thing about it though, right, is like sometimes when people will be like, oh, well, I'm not comfortable with this. Would you not call me that? Right? Everything is cool up until that point, until that person sets a boundary. Be like, yeah, I'm not comfortable with you calling me Negro. Can you please call me black instead? Or African American, or whatever the case may be. Right? All these terms change over time. And then I get it. Sometimes it's not up to you to babysit someone's feelings. Right?
Right.
But at the same time, like, being cordial, especially if you're cordial with that person on the panel, and then if you ask me not to call you something, and I'm, I want to keep that relationship with you or something like that, then I'm not gonna go out of my way to disrespect you by continuing to actually cross your boundaries. Be like, man, I don't give a fuck about whether or not you call me. That's not an insult. So I'm gonna call you whatever the fuck I want. Be like, whoa, okay. So then you are now deliberately being offended and trying to be slick about it.
Yeah, it was the intent. It was the intent. His intent was to offend her.
Right. That was the intent, to offend verbal, and then though he tried to use that to go after Pure Butterfly over that, and I was like, see, and then him and Jersey Hammer, and now Sure Saint trying to act like what I said was I was on some simp shit. I wasn't simping, and they didn't worry about that word simp, so the word simp. Oh, you're simping for Series Eyes, but Series Eyes, you married to Art, right?
Yes.
That's your husband, right? So how can I simp for you when your husband is right there between us?
Listen, Big J, when they have no argument, they resolve to name calling. So as soon as name calling starts, that's when they lost the argument to me. That's anybody. If you start name calling anyone or me or anybody in a debate, you have nothing else to say. You're basically just dumb, in my opinion. Because you got nothing else to say. You've lost the argument, and in order for you to not feel like you've lost the argument, now you want to start name calling.
Because at first though he called me a liar. Big J lied on me, and he lied. I said, lied to you about what? You lied to me, and then though he played my video on his channel, right? Trying to play himself like a victim, right? And I'm like, and Verbal told him, can you please not refer to me as female, because he kept saying man and female rather than as man and woman.
Or male and female, if you're going to do that, right?
Right. Because like when you use the terminology female, male and female, and man and woman, you're equal. You're being equal. But when you start right, but when you use a term like man and female, you're putting down the other person down. Or if one of these divestors would come on here and make that stupid argument about males and women, you're putting men down. You use the term male and female and woman.
You're basically dehumanizing the person.
Right. So that's why Wacky needs to go back, look up
go back to that website he tried to use on me and click grammar because it says how to use because you know how like every time you go in the dictionary, you scroll down and it says a sentence. It's telling you how to use it in the context that it should be used.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. What's going on, Pure Butterfly?
I got a question for you guys, right? Maybe I'm playing a little bit of devil's advocate. Do you think maybe it's a New York thing, right? Because the reason I'm saying that, right? Because I was watching Keith Lee. You guys, if you guys don't know who Keith Lee is, he's a food critic, and he actually go to restaurants and like he would order some food and eat it in the car and actually judge, the food, criticize the food, right? And then he was in the Breakfast Club, and then DJ Envy, the way he described what Keith Lee does, it was like, well, he's on some hood shit, eat the food in his car, and as a way to kind of like down him for what he does, it's like it's not that important. So, and then like when you look at, let's say, a guy like DJ Envy or something like that, right? Like his wife is pretty much treating him like a bitch, and he had that controversy where him and a former associate of his scam a whole bunch of people for money. So then now being in the presence of someone who actually has true genuine attention, that became a threat to him. That kind of shed a light on him who tried to actually fake virtue. So then therefore the only way for him to actually either to feel on equal term with Keith Lee would be to kind of downplay him, to try to alpha male him or some shit like that.
It's an
So
ego.
it's an ego thing. So do you think maybe like the ego that was involved in just like try to downplay people around you in order to actually elevate yourself as an individual, you think that has to do with a little bit of maybe like self-esteem or some shit like that?
I think the way he tried to talk to me, he act like though he's better than me, he's smarter than me, so he think he's an intellect, but then he does something stupid and not realizing what he done, and he still think he thinks he's an intellect. You just said something.
I think he does realize what he's done. I just think he doesn't like to admit it. So
right.
And
he's hiding.
He likes to portray the image of an intellect, and he likes to be the smartest person in the room. And then when someone else comes along and kind of like points out where he's wrong, then his ego takes over. And I feel like maybe he has anger issues, so he doesn't want to explode on the internet, because then people will see him in a different light. So that's why he just rage quits, because he rage quits a lot.
That's
what's been going on with him.
But and the thing is though, it's kind of like, to me, remember that Red Bull commercial back in the 90s? You remember Red Bull beer? Oh no, I'm sorry, it wasn't Red Bulls, like Red Dog beer.
No, not even familiar with that.
Okay, well, like that beer did not last long, right? It lasted for at least like a year and a half, and then it was discontinued, right? But Red Dog used to be there was a commercial for Red Dog, right? So there was a Chihuahua running around with this bulldog.
The Red Dog was a bulldog, right? I remember a Red Dog, like Red Bulldog logo.
Right. Okay. If you look at the ad, there was a little Chihuahua running around the bulldog. What are you gonna do, Spike? What you gonna do, Spike? What you gonna do, Spike? Well, Wacky World is that Chihuahua. if you think about it, because yes, he's over there trying to act like he got me on something, but then he hides behind other people. Like, he's trying to hide behind a sure saint. Like he's trying to hide behind what's his name? DED the rail behind this topic.
He tried to hide behind you at one point, remember?
Oh yeah. When he tried to, because hey, see, and that's one thing he didn't want to bring up.
Yeah.
That's one thing he didn't want to bring up, that email. Now, I sent y'all the email.
Yeah.
I forward that email to
you
y'all.
were distant from us for a little bit after that situation, because me and Mark didn't want to like tell you about it, right? Me and Mark didn't want to tell you about it. Just to us, it was just like, well, you guys were friends, and this had nothing to do with you, and I didn't want you to have to choose a side. And I think he maybe what happened is he thought we would come to you. So he wanted to be the first one there, so you would get his side of the story first.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But I
kind of
still
funny
don't know why he got so offended. Okay,
listen,
I still have no idea.
It's very interesting. The guy that's calling me a bitch had to run and tattletale to another man.
Like a bitch.
Like a bitch. It's very interesting. I think like projection much. I mean, it's because like with me, I'm always like this, right? Like if like the internet is the internet, right? Like it's I don't ever take anything too seriously. So then therefore, if I have a problem with someone or disagreement, whatever the case may be, I will try to resolve it. Let's say, oh, look, I love debates, right? I love disagreeing with my friends, blah, 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 right? And if I feel like at some point in the debate, then there's like a it's going south, then that's when I will reach to that person privately. Be like, yo, we good? We could talk behind the scene, blah, blah, blah. Right. And if we cannot solve it privately, then that's when I will just either walk away and stuff. And unless that person actually attack me afterward, publicly and stuff like that, then that's when I'm gonna have some fun. That's when I'm gonna be petty.
Well,
but for the most part,
disagreements happen from misunderstandings, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. Which I always try to actually see myself from where that person is coming from first, to have some sort of empathy, whatever, because I might be wrong, right? But you gotta leave room for being wrong. And I feel like people with the biggest ego or with the lowest self-esteem can't can't portray themselves being wrong, because then if they are wrong, then whatever they portray themselves as falls apart. If I'm like portray myself as this intellectual, pro-black, so on and so forth, and then someone challenged me on certain views that I have no rebuttal for, then therefore now all of a sudden that image that you portray in your head just kind of fall apart. And that's the hard pill to swallow, from being the one that doing all the schooling, being somewhat embarrassed, which is really not an embarrassment, but that person would take it as such, as an embarrassment. It's like, no, it's not. You can't be wrong, dude. Everybody can be wrong.
I mean, it doesn't feel good to be, publicly shown that you're wrong, but
yeah, exactly.
There are ways to solve that issue. It's not like the person, it's not like I intended to offend him, right? It's like it's not like verbal intended to offend him, but he did intend to offend verbal. Not in the beginning. At first, maybe that's just the way he speaks. But then when verbal did ask him, can you please not refer to me as female? And then she gave a reason why, and he continued. That's where the intent changed. It changed from just his normal form of speech to now I'm going to say it intentionally to push your buttons.
Well, yeah, I think what was happening is like, okay, so I think this is what I've kind of noticed about this dude, right? It's like, I think he misconstrued interjecting with interruption, right? People interject all the time because it's like conversation is like a dance, and sometimes people can go on a long, monologue, and then therefore, if no one else interjects, then they can keep going and going and going. So then therefore, sometimes when we have like 3 or 4 people on a panel, everybody try to have a say because they don't want to forget what they're saying, and then they will just quickly interject something or just back out. Or if I'm talking and then let's say Big J try to interject, but I'm not finishing my thought yet, I'm like, hold on a second, Big J, let me finish my point, and I'll continue, right? So anyone who actually has like those type of soft skills, right, and also that are being truly authentic, don't have an issue being interrupted because they can pick it up again. But when you cater your speech based on like the type of conversation you tend to have with yourself in the mirror all the time, and then it becomes repetitive. So then it becomes this repetitive notion like, okay, I'm about to go on this long speech because I practice it in the mirror all the time. And then when someone else interjects, you be like, God damn it. Now I have to start over again.
Well, it's like when you're having a conversation, there's no space for a monologue.
Well, yeah. But if you have talking point instead of actually, instead of delving deep into the nuances, then it will get frustrating because your talking point is being interrupted by, somebody throw a wrench in it. That's where the frustration comes from.
Especially if it's someone you think is beneath you.
Exactly. Especially when you're talking to these females that don't know nothing. And then you're like, God damn it, bitch, how dare you interrupt me while I'm making a speech? So then obviously to have this mask, you don't want people to portray you as the asshole that you truly are. So then what do? You then now try to do a little bit of gaslighting. You start calling her, a female, or you don't want to call her bitch and stuff like that. And then when that person caught on to what you're doing, and then that's when you try to be like, well, I don't see nothing wrong with what I'm saying. I mean, blah, blah, blah. And then expecting that woman to actually flipped on you so then you could look like the good guy, and it didn't happen. That person actually scold you. Then that's when you feel like, oh shit, now I really want to call her a bitch or all that stuff, but I can't, so that I'm gonna rage quit.
Yeah, I really think it's a stupid argument where when someone says something and it offends, like calls someone a certain word, and then it offends the other person. The other person asks them to stop and they continue. And then they say, well, I don't see anything wrong with it. Well, there's people in the world that don't see nothing wrong with the N-word, but it's offensive.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad you brought that up. Now, what if a white woman comes up to you, Art, and called you and referred to you as boy?
I would look at this bitch and be like, who the fuck are you talking to?
Yeah, that's offensive.
Right. So if you can't sit there and understand that if somebody come to you, or this white woman come to you and say, oh, or a racist person, whoever she might be, he or she might be, coming to you and say, well, here is the definition of boy. It's on Westford Dictionary. And he said, an adolescent male, an adolescent human. Adolescent male human. That's what it's going to say, right? The general. So he going to use that as, well, you see, I know what I'm saying. You're being dishonest. Well, if you look at the etymology of the word boy, that's what 400, 500 years of usage to talk about people who've been subjugated and oppressed. So you can't sit there and just, call it a grown man who's in his 30s and 40s as boy. That's offensive because you are removing that person's humanity.
Yeah.
Just like when you call a woman a female, you're removing her humanity. But Wacky World can't seem to grasp that concept.
Oh, he does.
It's really interesting that you say that, because I wonder what would have happened, how Wacky would have reacted if Verbal, in response to him calling her female, would start referring to him as boy. I really wonder how he would react.
No. You know what?
Well, he would have rage quit regardless anyway.
Yeah. He would have rage quit, but
he would have been on a rampage in his videos.
Right, but better yet, what if Verbal was white? If Verbal was a white woman, how would he react to it?
I don't think to him it makes a difference. I think he's just sexist.
Well, he is a sexist pig. The manosphere is sexist. They misogynistic, but yeah. But I'm but to add on that little, see, the cognitive dissonance is at an all-time high in this space.
But here's the funny thing, right? Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but yeah.
No, go ahead.
You can, you can put that label on him saying that he's sexist, but being able to actually hide it behind this intellectual cloak, makes it appear as if like he's not. It's kind of like, let's say when you listen to any pro-black, right? Let's say Dr. Umar or whatever, and then he will spew out some foul shit when it comes to interracial relationship, right? And then he would mask it with some sort of studies or this and all that, and then to try to appear intellectual. But when you peel back all these bullshit layers, turns out be like, yo, you just racist.
Right.
Right, and right, like that video. Okay, like that video Umar did on Eminem. Now I saw your video on Umar earlier, Art, but when he was going after interracial couples and all that, you know, yeah. But anyway, if you saw that video he did against Eminem, that was hilarious. I don't have nothing against you. What's his name? Walter Matters. Well, I've got his real name.
Marshall Matters.
Marshall Matters. Yeah, I don't see nothing against you, but you don't belong on that list of being one of the greatest of all time.
Can you imagine we said that about basketball, which was invented by the Argentinian?
Right.
Sorry, go ahead.
Good point. What if an Argentinian would go to Kobe Bryant? No, let me use a better basketball player than Kobe. Would go to Michael Jordan or Dr. J or Akeem Olajuwon or whoever and said, "Oh, y'all, we created basketball. You Negroes ain't shit." Do y'all see the cognitive dissonance for Umar to go after Eminem like that? That makes completely no sense. What Umar said. If somebody from Argentina is gonna come up here and say, "Oh yeah, this that," I swear to God, they just the cognitive dissonance that I find that hilarious. And then though he tried to triple down, then like he tried to walk that tightrope, trying to give him respect, and then at the same time you disrespect Eminem at the same time. I mean, just hang it up. Just hang it up, Umar. Just hang it up.
Just like most pro-black, it's like it's like when a racist white person be like, "Well, I got no problem with black people, but right." There's always that that comes through. It's like, I'm gonna disrespect you. I'm gonna say something that it's knowingly untrue, but I'm gonna mask it as in a way like some sort of intellectual dialect voodoo shit, and then to try to make it seem like I'm right and you're wrong. Because a lot of these people don't care about the truth. Right. They care about being right, and they will use whatever practice they can use to be like, "See, I'm right." Just like this guy using the the dictionary to be like, "See, female, blah blah blah," and forget about all the context that comes with it.
Right.
Just to be like, "See, I'm right and you're wrong." Just like when you ask like a feminist try to describe to you what feminism is, so why you should like feminism, and then forget about the the third wave feminism that's like pretty much just anti-male, right? It's all gaslighting, man.
But it kills me. No, okay, hold on. I'm gonna address two things, right? Because something similar happened on BBC. I don't know. Go on YouTube and you'll watch this, right? This was during like the 1990s when Nelson Mandela was gonna be president of South Africa, all that, right? So BBC did a documentary on South Africa, right? So they were doing a whole tour, right? So they went to this all-white town in the north, I think it's the northeast part of South Africa, and when there's no black people. So there's this gated community, right?
Yep.
So the reporter walked up into this guy's house, right? And this guy had Lionel Richie records, Michael Jackson, the Four Tops, the Temptations, and every black artist you can think of, right, on his wall of records and all that, right, vinyls. So the reporter said, "Well, how come though you got black people on your wall? You got black people. You listen to black music. You listen to jazz. You listen to the R&B, you listen to soul music. I gotta find you that video because it's something similar to what Umar just did." Anyway, the guy said
well, I like Lionel Richie. I like this, that, there. I like all this. But you ban black people. You ban any black African from entering into this community. So how can you ban people from said community when you are appreciating their art?
Yep.
That's the same thing with what Umar was doing with Eminem. I laughed at that. I laughed all morning. I watched that all morning. I was laughing at it. I had to watch it twice. I'm like, really? Umar, you saying what? Hold on. Oh, wait. Hold on. They just emailed me. Hold on. Because I'm gonna address this other issue that really pisses me off. See, I'm gonna make goddamn sure somebody will be taught the errors of their ways. How the fuck can you take that Bible? How the fuck can you talking about the person whose name I'm not going to reveal yet? How can you talk about the Bible and you talk about men, the positions of men and women? Women are supposed to be doing this. Men are supposed to be doing that. Talk about all these roles between men and women, but then you step out of turn because you do woman-y shit. You act like a woman. You got in your feelings like a woman, but then you want to tell other people about this how I be a man, this how I be a woman. No, nigga. We gonna show you the errors of your ways. No, I am going to show you the errors of your ways. Now, I meant to do this video ever since though you popped off with your little inflammatory videos. So let me do this. Let me get on YouTube, and we're going to count thy ways with your ass. We're going to count thy ways with you. Because you're not going to sit there, and Stoic One. You was the one that came to me with the bullshit about that your homeboy apologized 4 times on my live stream. That's bullshit. Because we're going to count thy ways on this motherfucker. Hold on. Let me get back on YouTube. And go to my channel. Yeah, your channel. Let me see. Where is that video at? Oh, yeah. That was January the 10th when this happened. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I got the date. I got the date for your ass. Here it is. Right here. Yeah. Here it is. You can put this up. Because some of this shit's going to have to end, nigga. I'm going to be the final word for this shit. Now, you sit there and say you apologize 4 times, right? You said you apologize 4 times, right? Okay.
It's not flawed because what's actually happening is a lot of men are just flatly giving up on society. And some women, they have a lot of conservative beliefs, especially when it comes to performative masculinity, let's just say. They have a lot of conservative beliefs. They have a lot of traditionalist beliefs. They're looking for a man who could provide and protect. And they're conflicted. A lot of black women are conflicted. What side are they on? Because the way I look at it, I need those kind of entrepreneurial women to support conservatism in the sense because I don't want to see the right to keep and bear arms go away. I want to see someone talking about the growth of the government, and a lot of black women will know this when they get overtaxed, when they're told that they can't have a.
Now let me stop right here. Now this right here is at the 1 hour and 25 minute and 35 second mark, right? Black privilege.
I am verbal are the two at the bottom, right? They're the ones at the two at the bottom. We're going to end this argument. We're going to put the final nail in this shit. That's on your ass. But what I'm going to do, we're going to rewind this. And we're going to count thy ways. Now, I don't have the complete list. I must have left that list at the house. But I'm gonna do this painstakingly again to shove this right up in your face with this shit. Because you ain't gonna lie and talk about that you believe in the Bible. No, motherfucker, you don't believe in the Bible because it says in the Bible, thou shalt not bear false witness. So let me go back. Let's go back in time. We're going to go right back in time. And we're going to start at, let's say, when verbal just got on here. So that's at this. We're going to go right at least around the 58-minute. No. Let's start right here. Let's start right here. Because we're going to count our ways.
Socioeconomic.
Yeah, social economic policies issue what that's what Don Gordito was trying to tell me.
And I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing. Because you was the one who's on this fucking panel who was crying after this panel talking about worrying about the word female. Then though, when that didn't work, you talk about, well, I am verbal. That bitch, I am verbal. I'm using your words, not mine. Using your words, not mine. You said that she interrupted you numerous of times. But you said you never interrupted. You said you don't interrupt it 4 times. Right?
Well, Big J, why are you mad at the Black Manosphere? Well, I told y'all, listen. When y'all separate yourselves from the white manosphere, and back then, even back then, when I was involved, I was into that political shit. I'm talking about, hey man, we gotta solve this. We gotta solve this right here. This is the reason why black men are not progressing. You know all that, and all I get from like the big 5 is fuck you, Big J. Hair weave and the black woman and her pussy is the most toxic thing on the planet.
And Big J ain't no point answering Don Gordito. That's a dumb motherfucker. That nigga.
I like Don Gordito.
But Don tried to make it about my personal life. He tried to say, Big J, you call yourself a loser. No. You call yourself a failure. Yes, nigga, I did. And so what? So what? I mean, many one's mistakes. That's supposed to be a downgrade from one many mistakes. Downgrade?
No, it's not. Hi everyone. Hi.
Wait, hold on. I found it. Never mind. I found it. I found all of the interruptions you made. Thank you. I got it right here written up. So we're gonna allow this to play for at least, I'm gonna go to up to over. Let me go to the this play right here.
And men, well, we're supposed to be the frontline soldiers of civilization. So
have led you to certain actions and then certain behaviors and then certain choices, right? So why can't we all just accept that?
Exactly.
Yeah. Let me say,
okay.
Uh-oh.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to make a small distinction. Like someone said that there's a difference between vulnerability and weakness, and I think a lot of things that we're seeing is weakness, because vulnerability is not something to be judged, but weakness is when you're doing all those stupid things, all those self-destructive things that you know are against your nature. You know, that's it.
Yeah.
One of the things that BGS.
Let me say something.
But interruption number one. Interruption number one. You said though you don't go on my live stream. Interruption, right? You just interrupted. That's the first thing you just did. That's your first interruption right there.
Let me say something. Well, first and foremost, Jersey Ham in the chat made a very good statement. That's absolutely true. But but on the other hand, another point is that one of the things that people forget about these quote unquote red pill spaces is that it was never supposed to be a quote unquote dating or relationship space. The red pill spaces was supposed to be about confronting the ills of the system that we live under. So it was all about confronting the system. And how these red pill spaces or the Black Manosphere originally started off is speaking about Black relationships as like a result of a corrupt system. And what you see within Black relationships is just a result of a corrupt system. But we spoke about other aspects of the system that we live in that negatively impact Black people. And I don't see people discussing that enough in today's manosphere space, how it's the system that Black people are living under, forced to live under for Lord knows how many years, it has put so-called Black people in this position that have conditioned and socialized Black people to go against each other and view each other in such a negative light. And let's find solutions on how we could reverse that. But the thing is that right now you're not seeing that. You're just seeing, this shit where you have an infiltration of so-called incels coming onto these spaces and just venting, speak about their sexual frustrations. And on the flip side, you have Black male hating females. They're venting, talking about how they hate Black males, they're dusty, they ain't shit. And that's not what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be about confronting the corruption of the system that we're living in.
But no one's gonna do that. Like
now, hold on. Now, this is at the 1 hour and 5 minute mark. I am verbal. You have interrupted, right? So let me put that down on the list. That's 1 hour and 5 minute mark in 20 was it 25 seconds at least into this. See, I got time all day for this shit. Y'all want to sit there and you want to get on Grandmaster Troll's channel, come at me. But since we're going to talk about Grandmaster Troll for a minute, let me exit out of this one for a minute. Let me stop sharing this one. Let me put that one on the. Let's put that one onto the back. Let's put a pin in that for a minute, because we're gonna go to another channel. I think that's on Kevin Kelly's channel. And we're gonna listen to what you said to me on Grandmaster Troll's channel. Since you said since y'all said have a problem. I don't like that. I don't like that dishonesty shit.
Big J, maybe 4 or 5 times, that I already admitted that, okay, in that stupid ass live stream, I did interrupt other people, but this is the difference. I apologize for it.
You apologize for it, right? You said you apologized for it, right? See, this is, I'm gonna say it right now. After tonight, I'm done with you. But since though you try to do this shit on Grandmaster Troll, say again, I am a vengeful person. You think I'm allow people to get away with shit? You said you apologize, right? Well, look, guess what? We're gonna count the ways. We're gonna find the times in this live stream on my original live stream where you apologize at. You said 4 or 5 times, right? Okay. And you never specifically said to who you apologize to. I'll wait.
Right? And there was even times where I got quiet and I'm like, you know what? Let me be quiet, you go speak. And that's a difference. And the difference is when that bitch interrupted me, I asked her, can she please stop? She didn't stop, she kept going. So I left. What am I crying about? What the fuck am I crying about?
This is the final time. This is the final time. All right, let me say my piece.
Now we're gonna go over here. We're gonna go over here. And listen, and we're gonna count that ways with you. We're gonna count that way with you. Going back to on January the 10th. Let's continue after when I ain't verbal disagree with you.
Like, let's face it, at this point in 2022, we understand that, and I'm not even, this is not on black women, this is on black men, because black men are men, you're men. And when black men talk about quote unquote black women haters, and I'm not saying black men haters, and I'm not saying there aren't a few out there, but really what I hear in this space from black women who have a critique is more of, there's an expectation that you do better, and to hear black men cower down and blame everything outside of themselves for if they have agency, they truly have agency to change, is disappointing, and that is a weakness. Someone said in the chat, showing vulnerability is a weakness. No, that's not a weakness. It's only a weakness if you view it that way, and the people who you are around don't show their own vulnerability, so they also view it as a weakness, and still we're looking outside of ourselves. What can we do? Because we're living in 2022 now, right? We cannot continue to rest on the laurels of slavery and on the system and the white man, because there's literally nothing that you can name me that you can't do in 2022 to better yourself, if it is what your drive is to do so.
But we do live underneath a corrupt system, and although there are solutions that we could do to solve it and counter it, I agree with that. But let's not sit there and act like that we're not living underneath a corrupt system.
Right, but we've been complaining.
Of course, but we could address the issues.
How?
When? Hold on, verbal. That's
now. See, now verbal. You did interrupt this man. That's at the 1 hour and 7 minute mark. However, let's continue.
Well, I'm saying you can do that.
But when?
Also, when? Well, we could do that.
Yeah, when is it going to happen? Because see, the thing is I've been hearing this system. Well, we've been hearing this system thing, and I think that there has to be a point. We understand the system we're living under, right? We've been living under it for hundreds of years. Everybody lives under this system, and they still find a way to succeed as a people. How do the other people who are oppressed succeed?
They not just agree with that point.
Well, this is what, okay, so here's my question. How do other people, because black people are not the only ones who are living under a white supremacist oppressive system, right? Which is not as oppressive as it used to be. How do those people get through that system and still succeed as a community? So maybe we should stop focusing on something that we clearly aren't willing to get out there and actually change, and focus on, let's look at the model of the other minorities or groups of people all across the world, because it's not only in America, and see what could they do as a community together with their families. With the men and the women, what do they do to overcome this so-called oppressive system that's holding black men back?
That just go into my point when I stated previously that this space was originally meant to address that. and find solutions to solve these issues. That's my whole point that I was trying to say. And what I'm saying is that we got off track from that. And you made a point earlier, Verbal. Hold on for a minute, Verbal. You made an earlier point when you said,
I'm going to be fair with this one. Now, I could have count that 1 hour, 8 minute, and 50-second mark as interruption. I'm gonna let that one go.
That you respond to me saying that, well, it's on the men when it comes to addressing certain things in the system, although I agree with that. But it's also on Black females too, because Black females have been socially engineered a certain way, and it's on them to break away from this social engineering. So it's not only on Black males, but it's also on social.
And y'all was interrupting each other.
For Black females too, when it comes
you mean Black
to
women?
Black females, I still call Black females. I say females.
Why do you use that term, females?
Because I can.
Because you can. But because you can. So are you talking about we use words like man and female? Where somebody uses the word male and woman, you're really not talking to women in equal terms when you use the terminology female with the word man.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm a woman. I'm a woman, and I think that it's more respectful to just say women because we're talking about human beings. There are all types of females, right? Yeah, and it's very dismissive, and it takes away the humanity. It takes and that is the problem. That is the problem. You don't hit exactly.
And this is what Art Banaka was trying to convey the other day. This is what Art Banaka was trying to convey the other day. You really don't see a problem in what you just did. You really don't see a problem with what you just did. And shout out to Art. Shout out to Art. Even Art tried to tell you that. You know, it's like you thinking that like your terminology. You know what? Better yet, I'm gonna use Art's video to prove a point, because Art was talking to you as well. Art was talking to your ass as well. So let me put this shit out. Let me put this shit out. What Art was saying to you as well, and I'm gonna play it because you don't seem to get it. You thinking you have to meet people halfway.
Or
I'm trying to find it where he said where Art said it at.
Pattern that I was talking about is this. It's like, for example, during the conversation that we were having in my stream, right? And then I refer to his religion as a religion because those who want others to make accommodation for them.
Right, hold on. You know what? I'm gonna share it right there. Let me stop sharing and let me go over here and share. Let me go over here and share where I'm coming from. See, thank you, Art, because that's the same thing I'm trying to tell him. See, the problem, reason why some of you Negroes got problems is because y'all don't know how to have a conflict resolution. Y'all don't know how to have meet people halfway on shit.
He didn't see the need to change his perspective or to change his verbiage and refer to her as a woman instead of a female, right? Which that's his right to do, right? He doesn't have to cater to someone's requests and all that stuff. But here's the kicker, right? I just always find it interesting because those who want others to make accommodation for them very right? Doesn't seem to actually want to return the favor when it doesn't suit them, right? For instance.
Thank you. That was the point. You want people to make accommodations to you with some form of respect, but you don't do it in return. So when I Am Verbal was asking you, can you please use another term? You turn around and try to shit on her. This is what Art was trying to convey to you. But instead of you doing that, you blame Pure Butterfly, you blame Verbal, you blame Art's wife, Series Eyes, you blame everybody else. But you don't sit there and seem to grasp that. Yes. We're going to count thy ways with you. That's what Art was trying to convey with you. But hold on. There is more.
The reason why I actually addressed this, and that's what this one was one of the patterns that I was talking about, is this. It's like, for example, during the conversation that we were having in my stream, right? And then I refer to his religion as a religion, right? But he doesn't see his religion as a religion. He see it as I don't know, a spiritual journey or way of life or whatever the hell it is, right? To me, walk like a dog, quack like a duck, probably is a dog, right? So to me, that's a religion. But out of respect for him and the fact that I was trying to get to my point or my perspective, then I'm like, okay, it's not a religion, right? Not because I don't believe it's not a religion, because it is a religion. But I made that accommodation for him because I'm trying to get to my point. Because a lot of times we're so focused on like, definitions and a whole bunch of other stuff that takes away from the whole conversation. That takes away from the conversation as a whole. So to me, was it worth going back and forth over the word religion? No. But to Siri, that was. Right?
No, that was the point. You want people to make accommodations to you, but you don't want you and people who think like you don't make accommodations to anybody else. But then y'all say women have a verified, a entitled mindset. Well, guess what? Y'all got an entitled mindset too. But you don't want to sit there and understand that. Shout out to Art Panaka. Shout out to my homeboy Art Panaka. You're not gonna blame Series Eyes. You're not gonna blame Pure Butterfly for any of this shit. And you sure ain't gonna blame. And you sure ain't gonna blame I Am Verbal for this shit. You're not. Because we told you. Oh, y'all hearing the echo? Y'all hearing the echo? But anyway, let's go back to this other live stream. Let's go back to this other live stream here. Because I'm getting tired of you niggas trying to form like Voltron against me. I'm better than y'all. I got facts on my side. Y'all got conjecture and rumors on y'all side. That's why y'all hang around with Reg. That's why you hang around with Hootie and Blowfish, so y'all can pass out rumors. No, I can back up everything I say. I can back up every goddamn thing I said. Now, where was I at? Because I'm pissed off, goddammit. No, I'm at the 1 hour and 10-minute mark on this live stream.
So when women, black women, that you call quote-unquote man-haters, push their rhetoric, remember that when I said to you that to say females, which is just a simple thing that you could change so we can have a respectful dialogue, you told me you don't care. So now this is what I'm saying in conversation with black men.
Because you're
You can't. Why is that a problem?
Wait, stop. Interruption. Interruption. Hold on. That's what? 1, 2, 3, 4. That is your fourth interruption. Wacky.
So,
Compare to at least 3, or no, I'm sorry, 2 iron verbals.
why does that have to be why does that have to be an argument?
Well, you made it an argument.
No, I asked a question. No, I asked a question.
Can I interject real quick?
I asked a question, and I am a woman. I'm not a dog. A dog can be a female.
Well, I'll call you female. You say you
Well, see, that's 1, 2, 3. That's what? That's 5 right there, right? That's 5.
Well, don't call me anything at all then, okay?
So Wacky, you were talking about all this dysfunctional stuff, but do you know that BGS actually said that they're all waiting for shit to hit the fan and the whole system to downgrade to nothing so that they can force women to come to them for resources? And my statement to him was, hold on, and my statement to him was, do you think that if the system completely collapsed like you want it to do you think you still have a job and resources after that? You won't have them either.
That's a great point.
That's a very dysfunctional statement for him to make and wish upon for women to have to force them to come to them.
Yeah, and I disagree with that. I mean, okay. That's a great point. I disagree with his statement. When he made that, when he constantly make that statement, I totally disagree with that statement. So, Pio, that's a good point. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
Boom! Wait, stop. Brother, I'm sorry. But you said you apologized, right? You said you apologized 4 times on GMT's channel. You told me you apologized 4 times, but this is the only person who you apologized to was Black Privilege. Where is the other apologies at, Wacky? And we got time left. Hold on. We got at least what, 20 more minutes of this? Or no, I'm sorry, 10 more minutes of this before you rage quit?
They're waiting for civilization to collapse so that they could feel like men again as the frontline soldiers of all the chaos and stuff. And it's a fantasy. You know what a cargo cult is?
Yes. No. Enlighten me.
Yeah.
Enlighten us.
Okay. Like let's just say back in the Pacific in the 1940s, there used to be a tribe of people who the United States used to send cargo to in the planes, and the planes would keep coming, and the tribes people don't know how those planes got there. So when the military left the Pacific, they wanted the planes to come back. So what they did was they built a statue they built a palm tree statue of the plane, and they started worshiping it. And that's what these brothers are doing to masculinity. They're worshiping it as some bygone god that has abandoned them, instead of looking towards the future to try and see if we could add humanity to the masculine formula so that we could be compassionate fathers, productive life partners, etc., etc.
You know what? Black Privilege. This is the reason why, brother, I love you. No homo. Pause. But this is where I love you, brother. Because the thing is, you come every time when you come on a panel, Black Privilege, you come at things from an intellectual point of view. You always are intellectual, and that is what's missing in this space. Is that y'all ran the intellectuals out. Y'all ran the intellectuals out of this space. And all we got is people talking about Latino women taste like milk because Black women got abortions. We got that bullshit going on. We got Hootie and the Blowfish putting out rumors out. Where are the intellectuals at in this space? Y'all ran out the intellectuals out. That's why and no more. You don't have no Sparky Fisters no more. We got a bunch of Tommy Sotomayor's and Angry Mans of the world. We got little big Nates in that bullshit. The village arsonists around here. Where are the intellectuals? The intellectual black men at? You don't see them. All you see is childish bullshit rancor.
BIGJXXX is running a cargo cult of old masculinity. And
it's like what I told. No, go ahead, Black Chris. It's like what I told. I told BJS and I told this to Obsidian. Listen, look. The world changed after 1945. Them old ideas are gone. Them things, colonialism is fading away. Discrimination is, well, even though it still exists in some, government discrimination rather. Discrimination by law is fading away. All these other old isms are fading away. Since 1945, when they dropped 2 atomic bombs on Japan, that was a signal that the world is no longer going to go back previously. The old world is gone. So it's like when
I don't feel like. Let's go back to let's speed this up to the next interruption at the 1 hour. Let me go to 1:18:45.
It's private sector, and I could understand why there's a schism between black men and black women in that regard, because sisters are predominantly hired by the state, and a lot of brothers are more used to the private sector. So Donald Trump was a private sector boss. Joe Biden is hooking up the public sector. We have a real problem with this schism, because that's where y'all get your money, and we're basically trying to cut each other off politically. So I don't know what the solution is, but I don't think there's a problem with men who identify as conservative, Republican, traditionalists, and all that. It's not nefarious. It's not evil. It's not.
I'm sorry. A lot of y'all. I hate to. I have to do some commentary on black privilege, and I did say something in his live stream, but the problem is a lot of y'all call yourself conservative. Y'all voted for Trump. Y'all only voted for Trump to get at black women. Let's stop the cap, because the way how some of y'all act, y'all not really no conservative. I know what a real conservative looks like. I know what a real conservative acts like. Y'all not conservative. Y'all just want conservatism for access to free vagina. Less women in the workforce means more available vagina. That's all. And that word family, y'all keep talking about family. No, that word family, fuck that word family. That means substitute that word. Every time when they use that word family, that they mean the word fuck. That's all what they want. They don't care about, man, I'm here. I just want me a woman to get me a wife. I want me a woman to make a family with. No bullshit. Y'all just want the woman that turns y'all away, that have more options. You want to take away, a lot of y'all want to take away women's options away so that you can have more sex, or more sex partners, or more opportunity to sex, rather than you put your game up. That's why, and every time I ask y'all, what's your idea on tax policy? What's y'all position on foreign policy? What's y'all position on social issues? The only social issues y'all talk about has to do with a woman. Nothing else. So y'all don't get mixed with the whole we all conservative shit. I know what a real conservative is. And I'm gonna say something too. Donald Trump is not a conservative.
Not race trading. It's just a schism between the genders, that we get our money one way and y'all might get your money the other way. Like, make no mistake about it.
Really? Okay.
Can I say something? Hold on. Can I say something?
Wait a minute. Hold on. You know what? I'm going to be fair. You know what? Let me scratch that off, Wacky. Let me scratch this one off. But later on you will be interrupting.
Entrepreneurs, like
so Big J.
So what do you mean?
So hold on, Big J. I'm sorry, Big J. Can I say something real quick in response to what? In response to what Peel said, because Peel said that we've been living in a masculine in a masculine society for thousands of years, and she doesn't see any improvement. But Peel, understand this: it's this masculine run society that gave you the rights that you have today. So
No. It didn't give us shit. We fought for the rights we have today. You're incorrect.
Hold on.
You're incorrect.
Actually, Peel, I am correct because Peel.
You're incorrect.
No, I am correct.
No.
See right there, you interrupted right there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Oh yeah. Oh, well, actually, number 8's coming up in a minute though.
Incorrect. No, I am correct. We can go back and forth all day. Hold on, I am correct. And let me
9.
Because who make up the majority of the lawmakers that agreed to draft laws that gave you females more rights? This masculine
women more rights for you.
That's 9. That's 9 interruptions right there, versus 2 verbals. Actually, verbal about to interrupt in a minute, so that I'll give it 3 then.
So those would have women. None of that would have happened unless there was a feminist movement, unless there were pioneer women who fought at the highest levels of government in order to get these. And see, this is no different than a man going in and fight. Everybody has to do that. Everybody goes in, male or female, and they fight for these certain rights and to get out from under certain oppressions and laws that are unfair, right? So let's not like these men didn't, and there was pushback towards that movement. That movement is well entrenched now. We have what we have, and men are still crying.
And the thing.
Wait, what's that? 11 or is that 10 or 11? I count that as 11.
Okay, but sorry, go ahead. Finish. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So men are still crying. So are you crying about feminism?
Oppression and all that removes other aspects of
black privilege, you are breaking.
Can stop cussing at me, or you can.
Did y'all hear what I said?
No,
I'm saying that there's the feminist movement undermines and it's uncharitable to the contributions that men have made to society. Did y'all hear that?
How so?
Because
tell you something.
Because
hold on.
Oh Lord have mercy. This is becoming a shit show.
Hold on. I have to check black privilege on this. Okay, black privilege. Hold on. Who told Abraham Lincoln to draft the Emancipation Proclamation?
We're going to be all day. It's going to be a history lesson. No,
hold on.
I'm not going to guess. I don't know. I'm tell the answers.
Okay. William Stewart, who was Secretary of State under Abraham Lincoln, right? So wait a minute. Now, who told him when he was governor and senator of New York, because he was governor of your home state of Wacky World, when he was governor in New York, he did what? He was part of the Underground Railroad. His house was part of the Underground what was that city? It was Albany, New York. You know, his house was
actually it was Auburn, New York, not Albany, Auburn, New York. Anyway, let me correct myself.
Part of the Underground Railroad. Guess who convinced William Stewart, babe, you need to be a part of this? Oh, that was his wife. And she was part of the suffragist movement. She was a feminist at during her time. She convinced her husband, William Stewart, when he became Secretary of State in 1862, to tell Abraham Lincoln, man, you might as well just put the
that's not contradictory to what I was saying. That's not contradictory to what I'm saying.
No, we're not going to talk about feminism not benefiting men, because there's a man who Ruth Bader Ginsburg took all the way to the Supreme Court in order. Now, this man had a wife and a son. His wife died. He wanted to stay home and be able to take care of his son and get benefits, Social Security benefits, or some type of, benefit that was given to women at the time and not for men, so that he could stay home and continue to give his son the attention he felt that his son needed. That was not for men. He went to her, and she took that to the Supreme Court, and now men can now get the same benefits as a woman, as far as Social Security, survivors benefits, and all of that, so that they too can take care of their children.
I understand that.
This was the time when I left. This is when a time when I left, and I went ahead and I was checking up on somebody. This is when I left, so I wasn't aware when this went down. But hold on, this at the 1 hour and 24-minute mark at this, right?
They're women. So let's
not only that.
But back to my point. Hold on. Back to my.
Wait a minute. Hold on. That's 12 times. That's 12 times versus four of I am verbal. Of all of the interruptions you made, Wacky, you made 12 interruptions in 25 minutes. Less than 25 minutes. But you mad at me and shit.
My point was because the two females on the panel, they responded to my point by saying, well, the feminists, hold on for a minute. Can you stop interrupting? Okay. They responded, can you stop it? Big J. Can you tell her to stop interrupting?
Stop being disrespectful.
Big J, can you tell her to stop interrupting? Because I'm not
being disrespectful. On the panel. I'm quiet now.
Let's not turn this into an argument. Let him talk.
Interrupt me, man. Hold on, Big J. You being the host of the panel, you just gonna let her just interrupt me like that?
I'm just saying women. Well, why does that bother you? Why was that word bother you?
No, it bothers me when you interrupt me.
I have the agency to say I would like.
All right. So you know what? I'm out. All right.
Wait, stop. Don't, hold on.
And that's when I came back in. But then I noticed something. Why you quit? Why you rage quit? So let me scroll down here. What was going on inside the chat room. Let me scroll down what was going on inside that chat room. See, I noticed ever since I Am Verbal was in that chat room, some of y'all was inside that goddamn chat room egging shit on. See, some of y'all love to be influenced by the chat room. But y'all accuse me of doing it, right? Right. So this is the reason why you inside the chat room. And let me find that part, what you said in the chat room. This is what you said in the chat room. Let me go ahead and play this for a little bit longer.
Oh, God damn it.
Okay.
I just want to make a point about the feminist movement, because a lot of these men, are blue collar workers or what have you. Do you understand that if it wasn't for the feminist movement getting together, organizing, that a lot of men's jobs would not have would not have good pay, good benefits, or anything to take care of their families with, because the feminist movement organized a lot of those unions that you take benefit with in order to get the fair wage that you have. But no, feminists didn't do shit for you men, right? Nothing, right?
Say it, sister.
Excuse me. That was never my point. I'm not trying to say that feminism did not contribute to the betterment of society in general. What I'm saying is that there is a strain of feminists who will tell you that men have done nothing but chaos and disorder, that we've never been productive.
Like the men have said about women?
Stop. Don't do the tit for tat. We're not doing tit for tat over here. If I'm over here condemning one side, I'm going to condemn the other side. It was a propaganda deceit to try to portray, let's just say it, patriarchy as a net negative. Because now you have a whole bunch of men who think, oh, my whole identity, my existence is under attack. My alternative perspective is to say, dude, you don't have to be the fake alpha male anymore. You are entitled to the other half of your brain. You are entitled to be a complete human being, and we will help you. We don't hate. We understand that the past is the past, and there's a lot of evil in the past, but you have to come into the future. My problem is there's times where feminists talk a lot like what Fox News say critical race theory is.
All right. So you know what? I'm out.
Of society in being, and we'll help you. We don't hate. We understand that the past is the past, and there's a lot of evil in the past, but you have to come into the future.
You said this right here. You said, nah, fuck that. Right? You said, nah, fuck that. So this lines up what you just said right here, right on top. You said, nah, fuck that, right? You said this right here because I highlighted. You said, nah, fuck that. That's why I went right back in the chat room and you said, nah, fuck that. See, so this won't be used as a fucking lie. You won't sit there and escape from this shit. What you just said in the chat room, all what I underlined about what's in your chat room. Caught you lying. You was rage quitting, and then you only apologize to black privilege at the 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 45 seconds. 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 45 seconds in my live stream. You only apologize to black privilege. Only men you apologize to. Only men. Which goes back, and I'm going to close this out. Let me close this out for your ass. Let me close this out. No, you know what? Better yet. I ain't going to close it out yet. Not just yet. But I'll do this.
My problem is there's times where feminists talk a lot like what Fox News say critical race theory is talk about men. And it's not productive. It's counterproductive to talk that way. My whole identity, my existence is under attack.
I just want to make a minute
to talk that way.
Trumpism, that
jackass men get out of fucking control.
Wait, hold on. Time out. I feel bad now.
Listen to what I just said. What did I just say, Wacky? And I'm gonna close this out. This is at the 1 hour and 30-minute mark, and 15 seconds into this live stream. What did I say, Wacky?
I actually feel a little bad about this live stream. I feel bad now.
How come, man?
Because what Wacky said.
Because Wacky is crying.
Verbal. Don't. Because I'm not. I'm
playing on emotion. This is what happened. This is what happened. So what?
Now you see me trying to reach out to you when I said that. When I said I feel bad, but you made it seem like I was the one trying to do some fuck shit on you. Wacky, I respected you. 1 hour, 30 minutes into this live stream, I was showing grief. I felt bad the way it went down. But no, you went after me. You went after Pure Butterfly for no goddamn reason. You and Jersey Hammer did. And then you tag team with Aunt T. You formed like Voltron with Aunt T. You used the other situation to get with the tag team with Aunt T and book a rolling. Which goes back to what you said on Grandmaster Troll, and I'm going to end it where we ended the last conversation me and you had on Grandmaster Troll's channel. We're going to end it there. We're going to end it over there. Because I'm not going to lie on you, dude. You've been the one lying. Mister, you believe in the Bible. You're the one who lied. I can't stand when people talk about the Bible and then they lying to you. Well, it says in the Bible, thou shalt not bear any false witness. Now I ain't stepped inside a door of a side of a church house over a year. But I do know the 10 commandments though. I might not set my foot up in the church house in years, but I do know what the Bible says though, right? But how come you call yourself a Hebrew Israelite and you supposed to know everything about this Bible, but yet you lied? You said this on Grandmaster Troll's channel. This is what you said.
Big J, maybe 4 or 5 times.
Wait, 4 or 5 times you say. 4 or 5 times you said, but at the 1 hour and 11 minutes and 45 seconds, you only apologized to black privilege. Let's play that again. And I'm gonna rock this out.
Okay, maybe 4 or 5 times that I already admitted that, okay, in that stupid ass live stream, I did interrupt other people, but this is the difference. I apologize for it. Right? And there was even times where I got quiet and I'm like, you know what? Let me be.
You only apologize to black privilege. You apologize to anybody else?
Quiet, you go speak. And that's a difference. And the difference is when that bitch interrupted me, I asked, can she please stop? She didn't stop. She kept going. So I left. What am I crying about?
You went to your channel, talked about it. First of all, wait a minute. Let's stop right there. You say you asked what you're crying about. You just asked what you was crying about. Well, hold on. What is this right here then? What's all these red marks that I'm putting up right here? Is this crying? Wacky? Is this crying right here in the chat room? Is this crying in the chat room? It's kind of like what Tom Hanks told homegirl in that movie. There is no crying on baseball. Well, nigga, there is no crying on YouTube. There is no crying in YouTube. So why are you crying up in the goddamn chat room? What you wrote, and no, don't sit there and lie because you still because like your name had the wrench, the blue wrench to it. So therefore, don't sit there and lie and talk about, well, Big J, you're lying because no, you was a moderator on my channel. You said, no, fuck that. And then later on said, I ain't fucking with this channel. Then I told you, okay, Wacky, maybe next time. Sir Abadu said, okay, Big J, I understand. He was talking to me about something else earlier. But at the bottom said, there is no next time at the bottom. So who was crying? Me or you? Big J out.
What the fuck am I crying about? All right, let me say my piece real quick, man, because I ain't gonna be here too long. How many final videos do you want to make? Because every video he said final. No, I know that's another lie. I said one video. First of all, you're doing the same damn thing. You made a video response to me saying this is the final time you're going to address me, and then afterwards you made another video addressing me. So how the hell are you going to ask me about something that you do? You constantly project.
Oh, I project. What you did to Pure Butterfly. The only reason I'm coming after you now because what you did to Pure Butterfly after it. I didn't give a flying fuck what you did, what you said to me. When you went after Pure Butterfly, that was the same way that you went after Art's wife. You don't attack men. You like to attack women because they say something that you don't like. Going by your narrative. Nope, I'm going to change the narrative. I'm going to give you the facts. Well, here's your proof right here. And don't you ever mention my name again in any of y'all's goddamn conversations again.
We have come full circle. It's been 4 years. After this roast, this rebuke, and this eulogy of this man's manhood, I'm included with this. You got no business coming after me or anybody else. Nobody was bothering you. Nobody was saying anything to you. And the only reason why you're doing it is because you are 4 years a slave. That's right. You're nothing more than a slave. See, you're not a brave man. You always like a chihuahua chasing a bulldog around the neighborhood. Looking up to the bulldogs because you can't do things by yourself. You need a team. You need a team to help you out. You need people that pat you on the head. See, let me tell you something. Since you've been part of the first manosphere, since you've been part of Manosphere 1.0, no, you're mad at them because the Manosphere 2.0, BIGJXXX and Obsidian and so forth, didn't allow you up in their little treehouse. So you use anybody who got a bigger platform than you. You can use anybody that has a more popularity than you, so you can stand shoulder to shoulder, because you are nothing more than an empty vessel, because you're soulless. Yes, you're 4 years a slave, all right. You're a slave of having no personality. You're a slave of having misogyny. You're a slave because you don't take pride in yourself. You're a slave because you want somewhere to belong. These are the reason why you're a slave. You're 4 years a slave. You talk about your moral, and you talk about you're intellectual and you're moral, and you hang around with the MGTOW community. You hang around with, you got on a certain channel on Soul Providers where there's a bunch of derelicts of duty. But then here's you talk about, though, you are the opposite. When in reality, we know, you know, and I know, you think lower of them Negroes on that channel. Yes, Negro, you are 4 years a slave. That's what you are. You got no integrity. You got nothing of substance to back it up. Spent all this time since then, been doing interviews, been doing political activities. Where have you done? Oh, hitching your wagon to somebody else. Trying to find support because you don't have no argument of your own. And let me say this while we're here. It's easy for you to call out some person who's thousands of miles away, but you never call out the fat parrot. You never call out Ringo when Ringo talk about, let's do something to that little young girls should be used for sexual uh devices, saying that if a young girl has her first period, she's now a woman and she's useful for sexual pleasure. You know why you won't call them out? Let me tell you why you would never call him or the fat parrot. Because they met you. Because they live in the same area as you. And you don't have the goddamn guts. No, scratch that. You don't even have the balls to sit there and call it out for what it is. So you got nothing to stand on. But you're going to sit there and talk about some rumor, some gossip. But you won't call out the truth at the people where you hang around with. Them Hebrew Israelite Negroes where you hang around with. Am I right? See, you don't stand for anything. That's why you spent 4 years coming on BMT, coming on D the Rail's channel. I'm sorry, where's D the Rail at? Oh, he's in prison. You come on BMT's channel, got my name in your mouth on BMT's channel. Oh, where's BMT at? Oh, he's no longer on YouTube. You come on MOT's channel. You come on Soul Provider's channel. You come on that little loser guy who yell at ducks all day, talking about he hates women and he's MGTOW. You don't got no balls or no guts to call out them Negroes where you at, because you know you don't stand for anything, because it's safe. Am I right, Wacky? You got nothing to stand on. You got nothing to offer but to sit there being a little grown man. No. Let's not go here with this. You know what your real problem is? You're talking tough, right? You sound like you are a masculine man. Very deep voice. But in the inside of you, all that exterior, you're a nobody. You're soft. You're weak. You got nothing. Like, people will sit there and say, man, you got a backbone. Where is your backbone at? You got a backbone of jelly. You got a spine that's filled with gelatin. No structure, no ounce of manhood, no ounce of correction and character within you, no leadership in you. That's you. Yes, I'm talking to you how you should have been talked to back in January 10th of 2022. Now we over here, the last days of July and the early days of August of 2026, and you still talking about verbal. Still talking about series eyes. Still mad about series eyes, verbal, and pure butterfly, and any other woman or anybody who won't bend to you. No, son. You might want to deal with the business that pays you. You need to mind the business that pays you. You may think yourself as a man, but in reality, you're just a boy. Sound like that Bible you keep talking about, right? Talking about that Bible, right? See, you're 40 something, 30 something. I don't know how old, but you over the age of 35. I do know that. I thought as a child. When I was a child, I thought as a child. And when I was a man, I put my childish things beside me. See, you failed in that effort. You failed to take your childish things away, and you hang around with the lowest of the low in this part of Black YouTube. Get people's names out their faces. No, get people's names out your mouth, because we not talking to you. You're not even part of the conversation. And you want to hide like a little girl. You hiding like a little wimp, being milk toast and tender dick because nobody don't want to sit there and go and wrap themselves around in your program. That's why your ilk will stand on street corners all day yelling at women and yelling at people as if we supposed to listen to you. Nobody takes you seriously. But I do know one thing, you take me seriously. I'm a nobody. I'm a fat, stuttering slob, according to you. And that may be true, but How come you take me seriously when I'm not talking to you or about you? Even your name is not even put in, it's not even in part of the conversation. See, what you're doing is a girly act. And that's what it is. You're looking for attention where nobody is seeking for you. And since we're here, I'm going to do a sequel because, see, somebody else needs to do this work. Who needs to get this work, rather. And it's time for a little roasting. In your heart, you know that I'm right. Big J out.